Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder. And today, I thought it would be interesting to talk about some of the COD ramenness that has been going on in SoS2-2, which is comprised of 3-5, 48-68 versus 49-62-70 versus 60, or RK NOIR Kong GG versus BxS FG NTS versus Echo. Now, there are a couple interesting storylines here that I want to touch on. Number one, I want to walk through just a few memes from the past couple days because they have just been firing on a lot of cylinders here with this KvK. They're absolutely hilarious. Number two, there was an announcement made from inside the NTS headquarters, deep in their dungeons, where someone basically shared a screenshot of an announcement channel that is indicating what I think is a major shots fired against a war, along with what might end up happening versus Echo, if so. Number three, Level 6 passes just opened, so we're going to talk about what's happening so far, who's going where, and what the implications are. And then number four, talk about this whole, okay, we're napping, we're going solo, we're really allying. How is this KvK actually going to end up versus how it started? I mean, just wildness. So anyways, let's dive in. Number one is going to be, I want to look at just a couple memes, right? Not a lot, just a couple. Because they have been pretty fleek, if I will say. Now, we're only going to look at the ones that have a lot of reactions, okay? So this one has a decent amount. Okay, so what's this one? We're an ancient power, don't you remember? Sure, sir. Let's get you back for your nap. You guys, man, so mean. Okay, that's okay. Okay, oh, dang, I thought that was one that had a big number. Ooh, here we go. Ooh, was I watching this one earlier? Maybe. What is this one? Is it not going to play for me? Okay, guess it's not going to play for me. How about this one? This one has got a decent. We've got the fewest fights, you say. Oh, I see. That was just them number one on merits. Okay. Ooh, what's this one? This one's got 36. Create alliance full of filthy degens. Have the best wartime activity in KvK. Have the best memes team. Bore your players. What? I don't know if that has the most, but that has a number. When your alliance sends out an announcement saying not to do something you just did at some point. That one's got, okay, this one's got 30. Oh, that one, okay, these doesn't have a lot. Let's see. I finally found it after 15 years, the Scroll of Truth. Ruining what could have been an amazing KvK because you need an excuse for losing a season to NOIR doesn't make you special. Echo, jeez. Okay, what's this one? I finally found it after 15 years of Scroll of Truth. Guaranteed wins are not fun. NOIR, yeah. Oh my god, you guys are so messed up. Oh, what's this one? BxS, NTS, we're not allies anymore. I'm playing solo versus everyone now. Oh, God. Let's see what else we got here. That doesn't have a lot. Okay, no, this one has a decent amount. Ready to start KvK. BxS, we should ally. Echo, I'm going to take everyone down. NOIR, GG, SXP, Kong, NTS, everyone's just against it. It's more or less. Okay, what's this one? Is it SNL? NOIR and GG after winning one fight. I mean, listen, man. Those dance moves go hard. Hard. Gee, 70? Oh, that's a lot. Okay, let's see. I bet he's thinking about beating Echo. How do I get Penguins banned from Discord? That's good. Oh, this guy's got 36 for the peak one. We should nab till final zone. Echo. Let's have a free-for-all. NOIR and GG. Oh, sorry, no, GG to NOIR. Protect me. Protect me, daddy. Okay, this one's got 40 as a peak. What Echo enjoys? Sleepless nights, fighting without end, non-stop Discord trolling, penguin noises. What Boo enjoys? Naps, a few hours of COD fighting a day, some Discord trolling, sleeping in the gym. What's really more fun? Jesus. 28, Echo, NOIR, everyone else. I mean, kind of on point, more or less. Let's see here. This one's got 55. NOIR nap, Echo enjoying one person. I mean, to be fair, I just don't know if that's the most accurate meme, just because, again, they didn't fight in Zone 2. They really only had one fight in Zone 3 against NTS, which lasted a couple days. So it's not as though they've had an opportunity to fight, a good, healthy amount of time throughout each zone is just the only thing I would say there. But have they been fighting more than NOIR up to this point? Yes. I mean, obviously. Mubin posted this one. Noir staring at Echo Spire. Red light. Echo leaves Spire. Noir pushes Echo Spire. Green light. Echo back to Spectre. Oh my god, you guys are messed up. Okay, we're not gonna, only a few more. Ooh, wow, someone's got 59. Echo. NTS. The cat. Hits you. Slingshot. Go to sleep. Didn't see me. Ow. Pain. Okay. We get it. Let's see. These 6 penguins. Okay. Noir. I fear no man, but that thing. Oh, this is good. COD community everywhere I go. I see his face. Oh, boy. That is funny. Now, this one's got 30. What's this? Quote from Noir member. Oh, you mean us? Nah, we let the other guys do propaganda. We just got our popcorn, not our style. Update. Echo after winning Zone 1 and Zone War. Echo after losing Zone 2. Yapping, crying, and excuse. Okay, I can't read that. Maybe it'll be bigger in another one. Penguin Sounds app players, you guys. Okay, this one has 65. We are an ancient number 1 alliance in the game. Look at Echo and BxS Nap because BxS removed a few towers. Wait, GG removed even more to let us through. Got clapped for 2 days, but now we talk after GG did the hard work because we couldn't push Spire solo. Now, what I will say is this. It would have been interesting if Noir took the straight up 1v1 and Echo did the same thing where it was just them fighting. So an example of would have been of this. This to me would have been top tier level sportsmanship. If BxS fought against GGWP and that was like an isolated 1v1, and then whoever won that, okay, you won, right? But you didn't push the other side. And then Noir and GG fought the 1v1. Or sorry, Noir and Echo fought the 1v1. And then you got to see who won that one. And then whoever won that one, then you could start pushing each other, right? So, to me, that would have been cool if, the initial fight, not saying every fight after, but if the initial fight was kind of on this honor system where whoever won and was able to push across the side, or maybe, let's say, push across a choke and then at least go 1 flag deep, then you're the side that won. And then you can continue the fight after that. Or if there's 2 or more groups that are fighting in nearby chokes, right, let each 1v1 finish out, and then you can just go all out, right? So if 1v1 finishes, then that 1v1 is just stalemated at that point. The side that won doesn't do a hard push in. They wait for the second 1v1 to finish, and then you guys can go. That, to me, would have actually been so much more dope because it still would have allowed for them to continue the fight, but it would have allowed for the 1v1s to occur respective of each of their own. What's this one? We have BxS deleting towers for Echo. Okay. Noir. BxS leaving Echo alone and going to Zone 1. BxS. Echo. Oh my God. Listen, I've seen this movie a couple times, so this scene never gets old, and, this movie is just absolutely fantastic. You're going to carry us to the tracks. You're winning 2v1. We'll push them from Zone 1 tomorrow. Push out from Zone 1 tomorrow. Oh, my God. And then, wait, where's the... Oh, hang on. Where is it? It's coming. It's coming. GG cut Echo Towers and Noir takes the Spire. Jeez. Oh, man. Okay, a few more. Okay, let's see. This post, Echo chose to not have allies. What's this? Oh, that doesn't have enough for us to look at it. 31. Okay, I guess. Let me see. Noir, GGWP, NTS, Nap King, Echo by themselves. Okay. 13. Oh, this one's got 60. Let's see. GG attacking Echo. BxS. Noir, GG pounding Echo. BxS drinking. Okay. Jeez. This one's got 40. What's this? GG, Noir, Echo. Okay, everyone. We hiding for the time being. Mech Echo, go hit GG. BxS behind the pass. Jeez. Echo members TPing forward, hoping to get rallied and swarm for free merits. Me, pick me, pick me. Jeez. 22. This one's got 105. Okay, what's this? Echo. I'm going to win solo. No war. I'm going to win with buddy. NTS, you guys are going to use spots. Okay. Kong, this isn't Hope Kingdom. That's a good meme. I think I told Warden this too. That's a good meme. I laughed after I saw that. Because the whole point of the meme is that each quadrant is supposed to get dumber and dumber. And just the text that they had in there trying to tell that side of the story, or I guess whatever story they felt was appropriate to put in there, that was good. That was a funny meme. I mean, regardless of how you feel, if you think that's accurate or not, the way that it's written is funny. Okay. What's this? Echo after winning Zone 1 fight, Echo after losing Zone War after 2 days. Okay. All right. I think that's probably it. Yeah, there's a bunch more we could look at. However, let's get into number 2. Or sorry, let's get into the screenshot that I want to show you guys before we get into number 3. So the screenshot here was apparently taken from the NTS Discord. And it says, if Echo pushes something, continue focus on healing. You need to be ready on Wednesday 17. TP to save for shield. Plans for today. We're going to activate a buff for building. We're going to activate a buff for NTA. All the time, send your builders to build the flags. At 1910, UTC will take the Spire, level 2 Spire and NTW. And after it's spread between alliances to finish building everything. Tomorrow, 2310, UTC, we will face NOIR if they won't be scared. Boom! Do you guys hear that? You guys see and hear that bomb go off? Just absolutely bonkers. So, yeah, wow, shots fired. Okay, send builders, and then it's, okay, we'll be ready. Okay, just in case. All right. Let's go in-game now. So, going in-game, I want to take a look real quick just at the level 6. Whoa, I don't have any personal... Yeah, I know that. Avi. Hang on. Let's go here. I just want to look at the level 6 spires real quick, which is, just to kind of show you where everyone is headed. Hang on. Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Had to mute because someone's getting pinged. End message. Okay. Yeah, sweetie, go. Let me see. Thank you. Okay, go. Thank you. Thank you, go. Okay. All right. With that in mind, let's take a look at the level 6 passes. I had to lay the smackdown on there. Okay. So when we look at these, we can see so far that we have RK, who's captured the pass. This is NTS and NTW. Oh, wow. Here we go. Looks like there's some potential fighting or something going on here. So NTW, NTS. Oh, okay. Oh, I think they were just doing some fighting actually a little moment ago. But we got Kong and RK. Over here, I don't see NOIR over there. Okay. So this is the fight for 1. We know that there's nothing happening up here in the level 6 pass between NAUR and anyone else because they're basically all allied up there. And then we have, it looks like ECH2, so maybe this is just people moving over to the second shell. Is anyone pushing here on the bridge? No one's pushing on the bridge. Let's see here. Oh, interesting. So ECH2, they're building. Excuse me. So they got 2 builds going on. I don't know if we're doing any fighting going on right now. Let's see. Wow. So they are there. And then we have to have... Oh, yeah. See, the NOIR's over here with GG. And I don't see WP anywhere. Let's zoom out, though. Do we see anyone else? Oops, let's zoom in one more. Okay, no, don't see them either. Unless maybe they're just kind of working over to 1. All right. So at the moment, we basically have 2 major fights that are going to happen. So now let's get into what I think, after covering point number 3, what's point number 4? Point number 4 to me, I think is really important, which is that if you remember how the matchups were in the beginning, and the fact is that Echo, if you want to say napped, really, it's temporary allied with BxS, and probably still, because they ended up fighting together over here at the southern region of Azanor. Just like die over to the side, thanks. And so you had this situation where right here on the bridge, it was BxS going up against GGWP, and then we ended up having, hang on. I'm just going to die a little bit. And then we had Echo fighting against NOIR up here. It was pretty much a 2v2 or a 3v2, depending on how you want to view it. But it was 2 kingdoms versus 2 kingdoms. GG, WP, ended up pushing in over here from this west bridge, pushing BxS back. They then started attacking Echo over here. At some point in time, it basically turned into a 2 or 3v1. And on top of that, they were also, not the entire time from what I understand, but sometimes they were getting hit from NTS back in their Zone 3. And so, obviously, once Echo got to a point of where they just got pushed in, later on, it really just was the fighting concentrated here in this area. However, they still had to work with BxS. Just like when if you see the situation happening now, why is it that Echo is not fighting against NTS and NTW, right? There's opportunities to. They could be pushing them here. The same thing with NTS and NTW. They could be pushing them as well. Same thing over here on this level 4 Spire. They could be pushing them as well. So, and I'm going to cover two sides of this. The first side is that even though you claim to be solo, you're still allying in the end. The second part is that, or second part of the first we're still on, is that they could have potentially allied and just said, hey, BxS, you want to have some friendly PvP in the Zone 2? Do we think that there could have been a better chance of that happening versus them getting nothing from BxS in Zone 2, like what happened? I think so. I think it's more likely. Do I think it's absolute? No, not at all, because obviously BxS in their group would still have to agree. If we look at the situation now, it just kind of turned into what it would have been in the beginning. But there's a major asterisk here that I want to point out, which is the second side of this. The second side of this is that based on what we know for how pre-KvK Diplo played out, the fact is that, and again, I want to say this very clearly. When I covered my pre-KvK Diplo video, nothing against the alliances, nothing against the leads. I don't have anything against anyone. But it was important for me to cover the situation objectively. And the fact is that none of the alliance came to the table earnestly, right? With any kind of level of, hey, we want this KvK to be the best that it possibly can be. And what I mean by that specifically is that this is what I was looking for. What I wanted to see was just one kingdom. I just want to see one kingdom present some data and say, here are like the top 3 or top 4 most fair matchups we could think of. Right? Or just 2 or more. Heck, I would have been fine with 2 or more. Here's 2 or more fair matchups based on the data that we pulled. If anyone would like to compare this data versus theirs, or pull your own data, and will you come to the same conclusion, right? Or what you could have done is you could have asked every kingdom, if you really want to make it fair, you ask every kingdom to pull data and then to present what they feel would be the most fair matchups based on the data. And if everyone presents that, then you can go off what is the majority presentation, right? What's the majority pairing that would be the most fair? That's one way to do it as well. But the fact is that nobody presented anything from what we heard and from what we haven't seen yet based on the feedback and responses I got from leaders there. And that's really all I cared about. That was the most important thing, is I just wanted to see at least one kingdom present 2 or more matchups that they felt were the most fair based on the data. But no one did that. And that's why it would be wrong of me, irresponsible of me, to say that everyone did an amazing job in the KvK. No, because they just didn't. But the opportunity was there. And that's what I would like to see going forward. Because I'll tell you this right now. If at least one kingdom presented data and at least 2 or more matchups to support, or data to support those 2 or more matchups presented, I would have already came out and said, dude, this is the best alliance so far that during the KvK diplomacy that came with the right intentions. They have the right mindset. You would have been crowned, in my opinion. So, anyways, my point is that even though things ended up the same way, we still don't know without a shadow of a doubt if this matchup is the most fair in the entire KvK. And why? Number one, because nobody presented anything else. And as a side number 2, I didn't have enough time to look at all the data ahead of time. So, even though I really was trying to, and I did take a look for a little bit, I just didn't have enough time to kind of do the plug and pulling and matching and unmatching. I wish I did. And so this leads me to, I guess my final point here is the way that things are going right now, with BxS being pretty much pushed out of their Zone 3, Echo fighting against 2 kingdoms, and NTS fighting against Kong and FG if it's 2 kingdoms on this side. And, what is going to end up happening at that point where... Yeah, I guess if it is 2 kingdoms, or at least 1. The point is you have 2 separate one-on-one, or so you have 2 separate wars that are going on right now on the map. Do we think that this KvK will last until Zone 4 or Final Zone, where we're going to be able to see some amazing crescendo PvP? I don't think so. I don't think it's going in that direction. I think it's very much trending where this can all be done in Zone 3. I guess it depends on how much longer the Zone 5 has to open. But do I think that it's very possible that NTS could get pushed in? I do. Could NTS maybe push this group back? Possibly, if NOIR doesn't intervene. I actually think that it probably... I don't know if I want to go as far as saying it could go either way. But until I see if it's just them and NOIR doesn't come over and it's NTS, NTW... I mean, I think when we looked at the numbers initially, it still looked like it was in favor of the NOIR side for the matchup. But I think it's safe to say that the advantage still is obviously on the NOIR group. And the fact is that the Zone 3... I mean, the KvK could be done in Zone 3, and that's it. And then we don't get any amazing crescendo FZ Zone 4 PvP. So that, I think, is my worry. And if the PvP at this point, lasts... So I think for me, the way I would kind of view this as a win for everyone involved is if the PvP doesn't hard push into anyone's Zone 3, and they're still going at it by the time the final zone opens. And then everyone agrees to say, okay, look, we're going to fight it out in the final zone. And then whoever wins the final zone, then we'll go back to fighting it out in the Zone 3. Like, that would be cool, just because I think the PvP would have a higher percentage chance of lasting longer throughout the remainder of time in the KvK. But I don't think that's going to happen, sadly. As much as I'm naively optimistic in that sense, for the betterment of what I would love to see the community be able to enjoy to the fullest extent, I think it's more likely, if we're just kind of going off percentages, that this will end in a Zone 3, and that's going to be it. So we'll see how long this lasts, right? I mean, the PvP started, an hour ago, 30 minutes ago or so, like around 2:30 p.m. Eastern time, I'll just say, give or take, on the 23rd. So, this is kind of the main PvP at this point. I mean, you could argue it's continuing from what was happening up until the level 6 passes open, but we'll just kind of add that onto the current time, right? So we'll see. I mean, I think at this point, you've had 4 or 5 days from BxS going up against GG, and then you had another 4 days or so from what some people had mentioned to me that they were fighting, and then Echo and NOIR were going for 2 days. You had Echo NTS going for about 2 to 3 days of hardcore, and then it kind of dissipated a bit. So, if you cross over some of that, it's probably 4 or 5 days for some people, and then it's probably 7 days for others. I mean, I still think that's okay, right? Is my expectation for it to be higher than that? Absolutely. And keep in mind, that's not like everyone fighting everyone. And that's, again, isolated fights here and there. So it is different than if you're having, multiple kingdoms all fighting at the same time, which to me, I think would be a little bit more accurate than if you kind of have like a pocket fight here, a pocket fight there, a pocket fight there, and they all last kind of varying levels of length. Even though, it's good that everyone's getting fighting, I think for me, the idea has always been, how can we get the most amount of people, the most amount of PvP in the KvK as a whole? And I just think you can really only do that in the FZ, because that's where you have the opportunity to get the most amount of alliances and the most amount of kingdoms and the most amount of players in somewhere, to where everyone is really fighting against everyone, or we could say up to everyone is fighting against up to everyone. So those are my thoughts. I'd love to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. If you know exactly what the fighting durations are, or any other specifics that we just kind of only covered a little more broadly, I'd love to know. So let me know in the comments down below. That's going to do it for me. As always, until next time, we'll catch you later.